People know CIBIL Score,
Yeah.
people know CIBIL's credit information reports for individual,
Yeah.
but when it comes to MSMEs and when it comes to entities,
It's like
people
something else.
don't know much about it.
I want you to break down what TransUnion CIBIL is as an entity. What do they do?
We provide for individuals with credit information report and their CIBIL score. And when it comes to MSMEs and companies, we provide them with company credit information report and something called as CIBIL MSME Rank,
Okay.
CMR.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Happy Hour with FinCocktail. Our guest today is from an institution that touches millions of lives. He's Senior Vice President and Head of Direct to Consumer Business at TransUnion CIBIL, India's oldest and most revered credit bureaus. Welcome, Bhushan, to the show.
Thank you, Sayali, and it's a pleasure to be part of this show. I'm looking forward to a exciting conversation on this topic. Like you rightly said, it touches everybody's life,
I
right?
know, right?
Yes.
Individuals and businesses, entities.
Yeah, thanks for calling that out because usually people know CIBIL score,
Yeah.
people know CIBIL's credit information reports for individual,
Yeah.
but when it comes to MSMEs and when it comes to entities,
It's like
people
something
don't know much about it. But
Yeah.
yes, along with Consumer Bureau, we also have Commercial Bureau, and we do provide credit information solution for commercial entities as well.
Interesting. Before we get into that, I just want to, for our listeners,
Yeah.
for a complete layman, I want you to break down what TransUnion CIBIL is as an entity. What do they do?
Cool. To start with, we are leading information solution company or credit insights company in India. We were founded in 1999. Now, if you look at as a credit bureau, right? We are custodians of credit information of individual and of companies. Now, who gives us this credit information? It is financial institution. So we collect this credit information about individuals and companies from financial institutions, and we collect it and we analyze it, right? And we provide something called as credit information report for individuals along with their credit score. Now, credit score, usually consumer understands CIBIL score, right? And it's synonymous with credit score in India today. So we provide for individuals with credit information report and their CIBIL score. And when it comes to MSMEs and companies, we provide them with company credit information report and something called as CIBIL MSME Rank,
Okay.
CMR,
Okay.
right? Now, you asked about CIBIL and what we do,
Yeah.
right? We provide this information to lending institutions like banks, NBFCs, and fintechs as well, right? When it comes to examining and when they are assessing the credit applications of individuals and companies, right? And they make informed and low risk credit decisions. And similarly, we also offer individuals their own credit information report and score, right? And similarly for MSMEs, we offer their company credit information report and their CMR, CIBIL MSME Rank. So they are able to be credit aware, and they are able to kind of take control of their financial journeys as well. As an institution in our existence so far, we have promoted greater financial inclusion. We are working towards accelerating financial literacy as such, and those are the goals with which we continue to work on. And I think today participating on this platform and in this discussion is one more effort towards it.
It's a great effort, honestly, because I think, like we were talking offline before this conversation started, that a civil report or credit report is somewhat of an enigma to the layman, right?
Yeah.
On a basic financial literacy level, if you see it, not a lot of people understand what the score means or what the report means. Can you give us a little bit of an insight on that?
Okay. So simply put, your credit information report, right? It contains a lot of information about you, your demographic information, but most importantly, your credit information report contains information about different loans that you have applied for and how you have performed, your repayment track. It also has information about, your credit inquiries in the past. And the credit report also contains something called a CIBIL score,
Yeah.
right? Through CIBIL score, we summarize the whole credit information which is available, and we present it in a numeric form. Now, when it comes to CIBIL score, it ranges from 300 to 900. Closer you are to 900, that means higher your score is, better you are when it comes to your credit worthiness,
Paying back loans.
paying back loans, right? Or your discipline towards meeting your commitments. And from a banking angle, uh, if a lender is examining your application and you come with a high score, then bank look at you as a low risk consumer, right? So you are obviously offered better approvals, better financial terms. So that's about hopefully I've covered what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
asking for.
absolutely. Just simplifying the last bit for our listeners, the fact that you get a better interest rate if you have a better CIBIL score.
Yeah. So yes, there are a lot of banks, and it depends upon banks' policies, right? Lending institutions have different policies, different risk appetite,
Of
right?
course.
And depending upon how they look at you as the application and your credit information present in the report, they offer the terms accordingly,
Accordingly.
right? Whether it
Fair.
comes to approval, whether it comes to interest rate, whether it comes to sanction amount,
Yes.
or the tenure that is offered to you for a loan.
So it's very interesting, especially nowadays. We see people, get involved in their own credit worthiness. They want to see, they know that, you can find out your CIBIL score for free online. And there are lots of websites like that. And they're getting involved with the fact that, they can monitor it. They can see what is actually pushing the score up, pushing it down. What can they do to better their score to possibly get better loans in the future or possibly, fulfill their financial desires. What do you think the appetite is like for this credit-worthy business now in individuals?
A very good question, but let me address the first part that you said, right, about availability of score. And I would definitely want to make that point to our audience here. And that point is about uh, we have created multiple consumer touch points when it comes to consumers wanting to know about their own credit information and their score, and similarly business who want to avail their credit information, company credit information report rather, right? We have CIBIL.com, right? So you can visit CIBIL.com and pull your
Great.
own credit score and report.
Straight up.
So, yeah, and today, everybody's on their mobile.
वो तो
So we are addressing that audience also. And we have CIBIL app, both on Android and Apple devices.
Lovely.
So you can download CIBIL app and you can consume your, CIBIL report and score by authenticating yourself through few easy steps. And you can open up a beautiful dashboard where we talk not only about your credit information report and score, but there is wealth of credit knowledge also provided, along with
Yeah.
it. For companies, right, you can go to CIBIL.com, and through easy authentication steps, you can also pull out your company credit information report and the CIBIL MSME rank,
Okay.
right? When it comes to MSMEs, right, if I compare with individuals, and let me give you some stats, we have near about 65 crore individuals who have ever taken loan, who are present on
Oh,
Bureau,
wow.
Consumer Bureau,
Okay.
right? Out of that, 25 crore individuals are serving their loan, who are live and credit active. Now, when it comes to their, credit awareness, individuals who have seen their own score and report, almost 12 crore individuals have seen their own score and report, right? So there's a lot of awareness.
Yeah.
There are a lot of individuals who are participating in a formal credit. But if you compare the same thing with MSMEs today, depending upon data source that you refer to, in India, there are near about 7.5 to 8 crore MSMEs, right, out there. But if you look at MSMEs who have got formal credit with them and who are reported with the credit bureau, right, are around 3.5 crore.
Okay.
So there is a huge gap, right? And for MSMEs, for any business, their growth is paved through credit, right? So obviously there is, demand, but there is lot of gap, and there's a lot to be done when it comes to formal credit avenues for those MSMEs as such,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, so going back a little bit, you mentioned this thing called the MSME rank. Now, what is that? Because I have heard about CIBIL score and credit report for myself, right? Because I have a home loan, I have a car loan.
Yes.
So for that, I know that I had to monitor it, and I'm paying my EMIs on time, and I'm very happy about it.
Yes.
But I have not heard about CIBIL in the institutional sense.
So, like I said, right, for individual, the credit information report is summarized using our proprietary algorithm, and then it produces a numeric indicator. It is between 300 to 900,
900,
and
yeah.
it tells about credit worthiness of an individual, right? Similarly, for MSMEs also, uh, what we have done is the company credit information report that is summarized in an index,
Okay.
right? And it is produced in the form of CIBIL MSME rank.
So instead of the three number, like the 300 to 900, it's
Yeah.
just a rank.
Yeah, it's just a rank, and that rank varies from 1 to 10.
Got it.
Okay, but there's something that you have to remember here.
Uh-huh.
When it comes to individual, if you remember, I spoke about score.
900 being the better.
Yes,
Huh.
from being 300 to 900.
Yeah.
And higher the score that you have,
Better it is.
better you are when it comes to your credit worthiness. And you are a low risky consumers for lending institutions,
Yeah.
right? When it comes to MSMEs, the rank is between 1 to 10. Lower your rank, right? Higher is the credit worthiness associated with you.
Got it. So it's the opposite in the
Exactly
rank.
the opposite, right? And a simple difference, because people ask what is the difference between score and a rank. It's about audience.
Yeah.
Right. If you are a company and if you are pulling your company credit information report, you will get CIBIL MSME rank. And if you are individual, then you will get a CIBIL score. Now, the rank is provided for entities with aggregate loan exposure of up to 50 crore.
Okay.
Beyond that, rank is not available.
Okay.
Right. That's the one point to be noted.
Okay. Interesting. And what is this MSME rank calculated on the basis of?
Again, right? One of the biggest aspect on which this rank accounts for is how that enterprise or that MSME has behaved with the credit in the past, right? And again, loan repayment comes into play here, right? Your loan utilization comes into play here, right? How you have treated your obligations in the past, and better you are there, better your rank will be, right?
Yeah.
So that's
fair enough. Interesting. Our MSMEs, you mentioned a figure, correct me if I'm wrong, it's in the 2 or 3 crores of MSMEs that are there.
Overall in India, if you look at 7.5 to 8 crore MSMEs are there in India.
Yeah.
Right.
But the ones that are there on the...
So the information is available only for
Only
3.5 crore, entities as such. It includes MSMEs, large enterprises as well. Now, if you remember in the first question that you asked, this credit information is provided to us by
financial
credit
institutions. Yes.
Right. So only when you have taken a loan,
that's when
you have taken a formal credit, that's when this information is provided to us. So these 3.5 crore entities about whom credit information is available, they have availed a loan in the past. Out of that, there is huge gap, right, where entities are yet to avail a loan from a formal credit institution as such.
Why this gap though? Is that are there any challenges specifically facing the MSMEs that is kind of getting in the way of them coming onto this platform?
I think another very good question. We were talking about some numbers at the start, right?
Yes.
In terms of the number of MSMEs out there and how many MSMEs are in the formal credit.
Yeah.
So if we look at 7.5 crore to 8 crore MSMEs and 3.5 crore in the formal credit
sector,
right, and who are reported on the bureau, obviously there is
a massive gap.
There is a massive gap that we see, and there are a lot of aspects because of which we see a massive gap. I think one of the biggest aspect is low credit confidence.
Okay.
Right, and the financial documentation or availability of data around these MSMEs. That's one of the big hurdle. A lot of these MSMEs do not have enough paper trail, financial documentation, And that creates data asymmetry. Lenders do not have enough information, whether it comes to the firmographic details about the MSME or the financial details about the MSME,
Yeah.
basis which they can actually underwrite and make those lending decisions as such, right? Another important aspect is awareness about financial or financial literacy, as we call it,
Yeah.
right? A lot of these enterprises are coming from hinterlands,
Yeah.
right? Deep geos. A lot of these enterprises are run by women, right? We see a lot of gap when it comes to financial literacy. And, I think these are the areas that have contributed to this credit gap. But what is exciting while these hurdles are there, what is exciting to see is there's a lot of action happening in this space, right?
Okay.
A lot of banks and especially fintechs also are innovating and creating more opportunities for MSMEs to participate in credit, formal credit, right? And the biggest aspect of all is the government push,
Yeah.
right? The amount of schemes and innovation that government has brought in, whether it's pushing MSMEs in kind of formal financial space, making those Jandhan accounts, right?
Yeah.
A lot of financial data, being available and innovative schemes being available for MSMEs to take benefit of, those. I think there's a lot happening, and with this, I I I I see that future is bright. Definitely, this gap is going to reduce. But yes, a lot of work to be done.
I like it. I like it. Along with this, how does the CIBIL MSME rank and the company credit report, how does that fit in? And how will that kind of help these MSMEs overcome these challenges?
Yes, I think, like I said, the first step will be awareness,
Yeah.
right, and financial literacy. I think knowing your, company credit information, right, knowing where you stand, does go a long way,
Yeah.
in terms of helping you to participate in that and have that credit confidence
Yeah.
that, to propel you in participating in the formal credit as such, right? Secondly, uh, also what is very important is these MSMEs should also look at participating in formal credit and creating that, performance trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you have a loan and once you have, in a disciplined manner, you have kind of taken care of those financial obligations. Other lending institutions have a, performance track that they can look at, and then they are able to, provide you more and more financing opportunities as such.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's how, company credit information report and CMR can play important role.
Now, this is exactly where my biggest question about credit comes in, because, like you said, the more you kind of, take on formal loans, you have a better track record, and then financial institutions are willing to then offer you better terms and more financing opportunities. It sounds to me a little bit like a chicken and egg problem. Now, this discussion I've had multiple times with multiple people, but
Right.
nobody from TransUnion CIBIL. So I'm very excited to have this with you today. So if you don't have a credit card or a loan or anything, you don't have a financial track record of paying off loans. So then you don't have a good CIBIL score, and then you get worse terms, and it gets more difficult to pay off those loans because those are worse terms. But how do you start, right? It's more like a chicken and egg problem. What comes first, the better term or the better, like, how do you get a chance to repay the loan if you have never taken a loan?
A lot of question in a question. So let me break it. Right.
Yes, please.
So first is, if you don't have a, financial history or loan history, how do you start? And especially this is very important and pertinent to a lot of the audience, which is who is going to watch this video, correct? And those are youngsters. I think the best way to look at that is, all of us have savings account. If you're working, then you have a salary account, right? The best way to kind of apply for a loan is apply with a bank who has your salary account. So though, even though you don't have a credit history,
They have the
yeah, they have
financing
other
history.
financial aspects that they know about you, and the chances of you getting loan or that
Yeah.
credit card
Yeah.
or any other loan facility are
Is
higher,
higher.
right? Another important aspect, and you must have seen, is there are smaller loans, easy loans which are available. So, for an example, consumer durable loans.
Yeah.
Right. Today, you walk into electronic store, and those loans are available, and those are granted with little ease, right? So if you are able to take up those loans and start building on your credit history, what is very important is, while the loan opportunities will be there, you need to be judicious in your approach
Yeah.
when you take a loan.
Yeah.
And you need to be disciplined about
Paying
your
it back.
performance.
Yeah.
While the tenure might be short, loan amount might be small, but what is very important is you pay back on time and continue to pay on time.
Yeah.
And you build your credit history from there, right? That credit history then will serve you good,
Yeah.
right? Because you're disciplined there, your good performance track
Leads to better.
yeah, is going to create a better credit profile, and in lenders view increases your credit worthiness, right? And with credit worthiness, it again increases your financial opportunities, whether it's approval for a loan
Yeah.
or getting that loan at a better terms.
Better term.
And we call this as cycle of credit,
Nice.
right? Your performance or your behavior towards credit shapes the future opportunities that you will have, on credit. So it's a cycle of credit,
Yeah.
right? Better you are in managing credit, better is
the cycle.
better the cycle will be, better the credit terms that you
Yeah.
will be, offered.
Okay, now let me pick your brain a little bit about your personal experiences. Being in the credit industry, which is such an enigma from the outside,
Yeah.
to kind of navigate it. And then personally, also, I'm sure you know so much more than we do at this stage. And then being the head of direct consumer businesses is just incredible. Share some stories with us that, led to this growth and development.
Yeah, so I've been with TransUnion for quite a bit now. This is my 12th year that I'm
wow.
working with TransUnion. And through this journey, I did meet a lot of these experiences where, we have been able to work with people. And some of the stories do get stuck on you.
Yeah.
Right. One such story is around, I was traveling to a location, and, the gentleman who was driving me, he ended up, having a conversation, and he was chatty, and he was asking what you do, and the CIBIL came in picture, and that's where immediately he started asking questions, and I was asking why his curiosity. What it turned out to be is he was actually owning a small enterprise.
Oh wow!
Right,
Okay.
he was manufacturing clothes, and somehow because of the financing opportunities or lack of it, rather, his business was not able to take off, and during COVID times, he suffered loss, and then he has to shut down. He wanted to, understand how he can reapproach it and, maybe better his
business.
Financial standing, right? We spoke. I gave him some tips. He followed it with certain questions, and this continued over a few months. And what was really heartening to see is we stayed in touch. And after a year, a couple of years down the line, he secured a big loan, and he sent me a photograph of his facility that he opened up, a small facility, but it was heartening to see that,
Of
right?
course.
And this is not one story. There are many such stories that all of us at CIBIL, we continue to hear every day, where, day-to-day consumers, MSMEs are empowered through our solutions, through their credit information report, through their CIBIL score, through company credit information report and MSME rank. And they have been able to take control of their financial journeys, right? And create more opportunities for themselves, right? And this actually impacts a lot of aspects of your life, whether it's not only about credit opportunities, but also about your project, right? Even in certain, jobs, high value jobs, this becomes an important check.
100%.
Right. So, yes, a lot of stories to share.
That's incredible. It's so heartwarming because being able to kind of, establish yourself as credit worthy opens up so many doors. I know for a fact that a chunk of Indians, let's say, are only able to buy a home after taking a loan.
Yes.
And that is only possible after having, a decent credit and then paying it back.
Absolutely.
So just touching lives is something that I think CIBIL does on a basic level and an individual level. People just don't know it.
Yep.
There is one thing that I know for a fact that a lot of people do is that they don't remember their credit score until कि मतलब अभी घर लेना है, अप्लाई करना है तो अभी क्रेडिट रिपोर्ट चेक करो. By then it's kind of too late, isn't it?
I hope that's not the case with many, because
No,
many end up having good scores and report, right?
yeah. No, I'm
In
just
fact,
saying
most of them,
sometimes
yeah.
it happens.
Yeah, but you rightly pointed out, a very important point, and that is about credit awareness, right? And financial literacy.
Yes.
I think that's the aspect which is lacking today, even in formal education, right? And that's one aspect which actually is so important in our lives, whether it's, when we are starting off, whether it's your dream car,
Yeah.
whether it's your dream home, or if you are a business, then it's even more important, because you're going to drive your company's growth through credit, right?
Absolutely.
It's very, very important for you to be aware about where you stand when it comes to your credit profile.
Yeah.
And like you rightly said, it's important that individuals and businesses alike, they should look at their own credit. For when it comes to individuals, you should look at your credit information report and your score. And when it comes to MSMEs and companies, they should look at their company credit information report and CIBIL MSME rank, right?
Yeah.
And I really want to highlight this again.
Yeah.
And I said earlier, we really want to make sure that each of individuals in India today should get access to their credit information report and score. And to that effect, we have made sure that there is a free report available.
Yeah.
Right. I urge all the participants to go to CIBIL.com, to go to
The
CIBIL app,
Yeah.
download the app, and avail that functionality
Yeah.
and that facility, and build a habit of checking your score, not only when you're applying for credit
Yeah.
and getting loan ready, but it's a good financial or credit habit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like keeping a check on your health, right? After a certain age, you
A
go
fantastic analogy, right? you keep a check on your
Yes,
health through your
absolutely.
health reports.
Yeah.
You keep a check on your credit through
Credit your
credit,
credit report.
right? And remember, building a good credit history is not like running a sprint.
It's
a marathon,
Yes.
right? Small, consistent steps, and those monthly
Yeah.
repayments and
Yeah.
managing your financial obligations in
Yeah.
time help you build that habit
Yeah.
and run that marathon, right?
Yeah.
And build you a great credit profile and a great score.
Yeah, fair enough. So if somebody is trying to kind of, figure out when they should start monitoring their credit report or start kind of getting into this credit worthy status, should it be as soon as they let's say turn 18, or is it before that? When is the right time to get into it?
I think at any stage, having knowledge about how this works is great.
Yeah.
Right. And our CIBIL.com, whether it's a website or app, is available for all.
Everyone.
Right. You can go, and it's not only about accessing your credit information report and score.
Yeah.
There is wealth of knowledge out there.
Lovely.
So you can take benefit of that. And like you said, whenever you want to take a credit, or when you have taken a
Yeah.
credit, it's always good to check your credit information
Yeah.
report and score and see where you stand.
Yeah.
Right. And continue to maintain it, improve it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. So, last but not least, our young and enthusiastic audience is always interested to learn more, and sometimes a little bit confused about what credit is and the information around it. So, could you please give them, let's say, 3 tips that they should stick by?
Okay, you put a number to it, so I'll stick by 3.
You can add more if you want to.
No, but let's stick by 3.
Okay.
That makes it easy to remember. First, foremost, and this is very pertinent to the audience that you mentioned, right? Apply for credit judiciously, though credit opportunities are there, and make sure that you pay your EMIs on time.
I think I'm going to make that a tagline and wear it as a t-shirt, like pay your EMIs on time.
Respect your financial obligations, and that is going to help you build that great credit score and report.
Absolutely.
We spoke about this earlier,
Yeah.
right? It's not a sprint.
No.
It's a marathon.
It's a marathon.
So consistent small efforts are
Yeah.
going to take you there. It's going to make your financial life great.
Yeah.
You will have more control on your financial journey, right? Another very important aspect is around financial literacy. So CIBIL.com and CIBIL app has wealth of resources. It's for free. Please go there and
Yeah.
look at what we have and enrich yourselves.
Yes.
What is very important is download your credit information report. If you're an individual, download your individual credit information
Which is
report and your
free
score,
once a calendar year.
which is
It is
free once
free.
in a calendar year,
Yes.
and make it a habit. Not only when you're applying for a loan, but also it's a
In
habit,
general.
right? It's like you earlier said, like you do a health check, do a credit check as well, and be in control of your credit profile. Right, continue to maintain it, build on it, right, improve it. So that's the advice that I want to leave the audience with.
Love it. ये तो individuals के लिए हो गया. So our individuals are covered. But some of our audiences, obviously, they're enthusiastic about starting their own businesses. Some of them are MSMEs. Could you give our MSME audience some advice as well?
Oh, great. So yes, MSMEs, and again, I think it's universal that for MSMEs, their growth is paved through credit, right?
Yeah.
So it's very important aspect of MSME life,
Yeah.
right? So having awareness about finances is very important. So financial literacy is very important for MSMEs, and the other important aspect, like we spoke about earlier, is the hurdles that they face. There is not enough data available for lenders. So for MSMEs, if you are MSME, it's very important that you have documentation or enough data around your credit.
Yeah.
If you have applied in unorganized sector, try and take a small
Yeah.
credit in a formal credit, and make sure that you pay it on time, right? And create that repayment track. Have your financial documentation in order, right? That will help you apply for that loan and get that loan faster and on your
Yeah.
favorable terms as such. Another important aspect is pay your dues on time, pay your obligations on time. And lastly, but not the least, again, even for companies, it's very important to be aware of their credit profile, right?
Yeah.
So do come to CIBIL.com and look at your credit information report and
Yes.
CIBIL MSME Rank, right?
Yes.
So these are the few points that I want to put out
I
for
love it.
MSMEs
I
as
love it.
such.
Thank you so much for all of that. For all our listeners, we've spoken about the CIBIL website and the app, etc. I'm going to drop the link in the description. So you can go and get your score checked. There is no harm in checking it yourself.
Absolutely.
So we've cleared that up. And thank you so much. This was an absolutely informative and eye-opening session. I'm so glad I got some of my doubts cleared also. So I'm very happy about that.
I'm extremely happy about this conversation, and thanks for having me here. It was wonderful to unravel some of the aspects of credit management as such, both for individuals and MSMEs, and hopefully the audience will benefit from this discussion.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me again.
Thank you so much for taking out the time. It was a really, really nice chat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for listening in, guys. I hope this was a wonderful, informative chat for you guys as well, because I certainly learned a lot. I learned about credit for individuals, businesses, MSMEs, the works. That was Mr. Bhushan Padkil from TransUnion CIBIL. You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one.